Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Manifesting Your Desires. This is Antonio checking in. And today I want to talk about how meditation can calm your mind so you can plant the seeds of your manifestation. So, this goes two ways. You got individuals who are, it's this guy named Bob Proctor. He called them incompetent competents. So, those are the individuals, and I hope I'm saying this right. Those are the individuals who manifest just unconsciously and don't know what they're doing. They just like, I notice when I do X, Y, Z, I get this result. But for the individuals who go meditation route, planting the seeds, we are considered deliberate creators. We are the ones who are consciously, adhering to a goal that we desire. And just for me, based off of trial and error, I finally got to a point where I realized that meditation and visualization are two different things. I used to combine those two together. Now they kind of, instead of me combining them, I guess they kind of merge. One leads to another. So for me, especially what I've experienced and what I feel, if you want to deliberately create or manifest just anything, whether you consider it small or big, I personally feel like, of course, it starts with having a desire. What's your intentions? What's your desires? What are you looking for? And after that, whether you write it down or you just have a crazy good imagination. And the good thing about writing it down is if you don't have an imagination, the way the brain works, from my experience, when you write it down and you read it, images start to pop up in your head. And those images that pop up in your head, they can help you. Those images are the images that you will need for your visual. But as far as meditation is there to calm your mind from all the mental chatter. Not saying that you will cease to have just a whole bunch, no thought, but meditation will definitely calm your mind. And after your mind is calm, now you can go into the visualization. A lot of times what I used to do, I used to just jump into the visualization and I would have a lot of static. I would have my visuals, but then I would have all kind of just random thoughts going on in my head. And that's why I always tell individuals, if it's hard for you to meditate, if you're a beginner, go listen to music when it's time for you to meditate. I recommend the brain waves, alpha waves, theta waves. Like I said, you can research and see which ones work for you, but I personally recommend alpha or theta. Alpha in the day, theta at night, because theta puts you in a real sleepy state or trance. But I would notice, like, if I didn't necessarily just enjoy the meditation for what it's worth, like just basically calming my mind and then go into the visualization, my mind would be all over the place, and then I would be trying to visualize, and then it would seem so forced. And what I notice when it comes to manifestation is that when it's something that you desire and a goal that you want, you don't have to force it. And a lot of times that force is what's actually rejecting or making it more hard than what is not. Because realistically, reaching your goals and your desires are more easier than we realize. We are the main ones stopping ourselves. But back to the meditation and the visualization. So after you meditate with your music that I recommend, you'll get to this calm. The mental chatter will go down enough for the visuals to pop in. And the visuals that will pop in will be the visuals or the goals that you wrote down. But if you have a good imagination, you really don't have to write them down. But why not? Write them down, just a little extra little push. So after you meditate, or during your meditation, after you reach that calmness, that at least get to a state enough where, like I said, the mental chatter is down to a real good I guess, vibration, where it's not just all these rampant thoughts. And then you can go into your visualizations. And when you go into your visualizations, just based off of my experience, when I'm done visualizing, it's like I go back into a meditative state and then I come out of that and now I'm done. And when I'm done with that visualization and that meditation, when I'm going throughout my day, I'm actually acting as if. And for me, and what I've experienced, like I said, this is my experience. It may work for you. I don't know. But after, because you got to think, if you're visualizing something, let's be real, 9 times out of 10, it's not in your physical world. That's why you visualizing it. That's why you acting as if. And we all know that if you're on this journey, everything starts inwardly. Everything, the universe, everything is mental. So that's why we visualize, because we create these things mentally and then they appear into our physical reality. So for me, when I visualize something for a while, and then I'll notice I'll start to get rejection from my visualization, or it'll be hard for me to visualize that scene over and over. Even if I calm my mind in meditation, I notice that at times I just can't visualize like how I once did when it was the beginning of the goal that I desired. And then I realized, for me, when I get to the point that I can't visualize a certain goal no more, to me, that represents that seed is planted in my mental garden and it's working. And now all I have to do at this point is to let it go and continue to live my life. And at this point, I don't even have to act as if, because at this point, you just really living it, if that makes sense. And let's just say you want to get a certain car. You visualize the car. And let's say you already have a car. When you get in that car, of course, you want to act as if that's the car. But when you're acting, and in a sense, when we're acting, it's like pretending, in a sense. We're persuading. Like actors, they act. It's not the real role. But eventually you have to go from acting as if to living as if. And for me, I realize, like I said, when I'm having a difficult time visualizing, but it's 2 times you have a difficult time visualizing. It's like, one, when you're just stressed and you have that old programming coming in that's telling you not to do it. Then you have the time where you do it correctly. You visualize, you meditate, you visualize, you meditate, you acting as if, and then you get to a point where you just feel like you don't have to do it no more. And when you get to that point where you feel like it's no longer needed for you to visualize this certain goal or act as if, that means that seed has been planted in your subconscious and now is growing. And now it's only in due time that it will manifest or appear into your physical reality. So after that, all I do is sometimes I just go on to the next goal. And I continue to take action that's needed to sustain that visualization. But it's a day-to-day cultivation. Because if you have your dream car, you're not going to be sitting there visualizing and meditating on having your dream car, because you got it. And you're not even acting like you got it, because you actually got it. So it's like you have to really learn how to persuade your mind and live as if. After you act as if, you live as if. So my process for that is basically, you write it down. If you have trouble visualizing, I just recommend everybody write it down. But some individuals just can off the bat know what they want and see it in their head and go there. That's cool. But once you write it down and you read something, like I said, the way the brain works, you're naturally going to have images pop up in your head. Like if you just write down blue elephant, for some reason, you'll see a little image of a blue elephant. You see what I'm saying? Then after you write it down, you go into a meditation. Like I said, if you mind all over the place, I highly recommend music when you're meditating, alpha, theta states. After you meditate, You go into that visual state. And after you go into that visual state, you can either go back into that meditative state, or you can come out of your visual and meditation, and then you can act as if. And upon acting as if throughout your day, you know, when your mind is all over the place, you have to constantly ask yourself, like I do, where's my intention? You don't have to verbally say it. You can internally say it. And every time I say, where's my attention, I probably follow up with like an affirmation or a quick visual of the goal. Then, you know, I don't force it, but throughout the day, I act as if. And like I said, you'll get to a point where you just feel like you don't have to visualize a certain goal no more. And that means that that seed is planted. And now all you have to do is just continue to do those acts that raise your vibration. Just continue to take action. Just continue to live your day-to-day life. Keep cultivating your garden, because I don't care how good you get at manifesting or whatever, or mental work or meditation, there always will be intrusive thoughts. You will always have negative thoughts, but it's just like a gardener. No matter how good that gardener is, weeds will grow. That's why the gardeners tend to their garden every day. They go out there, you might find some type of insect. It might be some type of, I don't know, whatever goes on in gardens. But every day you have to tend to your mental mindset so you can cultivate a certain type of mindset that will allow you to continuously elevate. It's not a 7-day challenge. This is not a 30-day challenge, 90-day challenge. This is a lifelong cultivation. You get what I'm saying? And it starts with a desire, because if you don't have that desire, then you're just going to go wherever life throws you, and you don't want to do that. So if you really want to create and have these desires, you have to incorporate some form of meditation, because that meditation is going to calm your mind. And once your mind is calm, you can plant those seeds, those visual seeds, into your subconscious, because we all know that the subconscious controls 90% of our reality. Even before you consciously make a decision, that program has already decided what you will consciously decide. So imagine planting a seed, a mental seed, into that subconscious, the one that controls your life. So by the time you consciously make a decision is already made on your behalf. And if you continuously cultivate this, you feel me, it will grow. And it will go from the inwardly, just like the plant grow in the ground, and then it manifests into the peach tree, the plum tree, whatever. The same is with your mindset. Your day-to-day cultivation inwardly. This is all inner work, inwardly. And then it will actually manifest in the physical reality. It's a proven fact. So y'all just think about that for a minute. Don't rush it. Just cultivate. Day-to-day cultivation. Get those weeds out your mind. The day-to-day cultivation. Meditate. Read something about uplifting. You know, watch something uplifting. If you can, spend time in nature. Stop putting all this crazy stuff in your body. Stop putting all this crazy stuff in your mind. And watch the day-to-day cultivation, transformation of your life. That's all I wanted to talk to you guys about today. Hope you guys enjoy your day. Y'all already know, stay up, stay down, be good, be great, stay grounded. Until next time, peace.